Hey guys, so it's Friday, 9 to 5's finished, which is awesome. So this week, what are we going to try and do on the car? I've got to do the radiator hoses, so that means I need to refit all the front end. What else? I need to clamp off all the intercooler hoses. I can mock up the oil return hose. What else can we do? I can start on modifying the hubs for the extra lock, so we can work that out. Do the one side, see if it works, and then get the other side sorted. I think we're going to have to consult the board in the garage to see what else we need to do. But yeah, it's going to be a productive week. It's going to feel like big steps without really doing much because they're all little jobs. So let's get stuck in. Okay, first job is to change this V-band. Now it's 3-inch outlet, and this one has been with me for the life of the turbo, and I've tried other ones and they've still got like a little bit of slack. Now I can't really move this with it in place, but if I put weight on the other end of the exhaust down there, it's got a little bit of lateral movement. So I bought this style of V-band clamp. It looks a bit harder, so I'm going to swap it over, see if it, tightens it down a bit more. Let's see how we do. Okay, it's Saturday. We've just done the new V-band clamp and it seems a lot sturdier than the last one, so we can consider that done. Next, what we're going to do is the oil return hose off the turbo. So to do that, I've got to get the front cover back on. I've got this nice Dash 10 adapter from DM Motorsport. I'll put their website in the comments section. They do loads of stuff for the FD. It's the same place I got the ignition kit from. So yeah, we'll get this on and we'll mock it up. Done. Next, we've got to get this fitting in there, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so put the hose in some boiling water and you just got to wait, and while you do that you can pet your cat. This is sponge. Yeah. Okay, that's been in there for about 5 minutes, so it should be just about good enough to get the hose end in. So you take it out the boiling water and just be careful because it's boiling water. And then you should be able to push this straight on. There we go. Now it's not all the way down, but it's not a pressure fitting. These fittings, the push-on fittings from Torx UK, they're on eBay. I always buy their stuff, they're cheap but they work. It's not under pressure, so it's across 3 barbs anyway, so that should be good enough for our hose. So let's go and fit it. Okay, that's in. Now it clears everything. It's far enough away from the manifold to not worry about it too much, and it's pretty straight. The important thing is that this is, because it's gravity fed, that you don't want any uphill parts of it. So it's in a nice position. It's all where it should be. So that's another thing ticked off the list. So what are we going to do next? I'm going to do radiator hoses, and for that we've got this flexible stuff. It's 38mm, which is the right size for the engine and my radiator. So let's get the frame back on. So there you can see the frame is pretty easy to get on with just one person. It weighs a bit because everything is on it, so ideally everything would be off it when you take it off, but it's still easily doable. So the way it's held on is with these unions here, and they're like a conical seat and they just connect together. And then I've had to upgrade the hardware to these points because they were just M5 bolts. So I've drilled them out and put some riv nuts in, and now they're M10. So it's a bit sturdier. But yeah, I'm a bit out of breath. Not because it's heavy, just because I'm unfit. But right, time to do the radiator hoses. Okay, hammer's on, fits nice. So next we've got to go from here, if the camera will focus, to here, which is not an easy run because it's quite a tight bend. But let's dig out the scrap bit first and see how that fits. Right, so this was the old one. I've dug it out. It was a bit of a tussle to get it in, but it's in. So it goes there, and then it loops down here and back up to the radiator. You might be able to see better if I go from underneath, but see that loop there, and it loops straight back up if it's gonna focus. There we go, loops back up to the radiator. So that is what I would call radiator hoses done. So where's my cloth? There we go. I was smashing through this list. It's only Saturday. Right, radiator hose is done. Now, I think we're going to do coolant tank next because I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I've got all the bits. So let's have a look at that, get it out of the box and see what we're left with. This is what we bought. It's nothing fancy. It's just an expansion tank. So somewhere for when I eventually cook the engine, somewhere for all the coolant to go. It looks like it was quite sparkly, that looks alright. So it's just got one inlet, no drain, but we don't really need one. Yeah, a bit of crap in there. So the way you mount it is you've got these brackets and a hose clamp. So we've got to find somewhere to stick that. But I think what we should do first is just go and take this tank into the bay, see where we can squeeze it, see where this reaches, if we've got enough hose or if we need another bit of hose. I'm not really keen on the orange, but it doesn't matter, it's a drift car. So let's see what we've got. What about like that? Hey, that might work. That could work. Oh yeah, I like that. Cool, mounted. I like that. That's nice. So now we've just got to figure out a clever way to route this. I mean, it can cable tie to there, and then it just goes straight on here. with a bit of persuasion. And there we are. That looks pretty good. Cool. So that's another one off the list. Which one's that? Coolant tank.
Where there was no
Oh yeah.
memory.
Okay, so what have we got next?